to be a man? I think it means like kind of based on the person. Everyone has a different meaning to be a man. Like some people they feel a need to like provide for their family, have a family, have strong self respect, and have others respect you. So it's really more of a
that hunter aspect of it, the one that would go out and get the food.
You're the provider.
What it was thousands of years ago.
I don't want to say, oh, a man should, be strong. Or a man, should be tough.
Machismo.
He should make money.
Be the one with the job. Not saying that women can't, but that's typically what it is.
My father's definition of what it would be to be a man, and now what mine is, his definition would basically just clash with what it is now, because like everything that he says that a man can do, my girlfriend can basically just as easily do.
That one-up,
try to one-up each other
attitude to be able to survive.
For the people that I think I need to provide for, not necessarily my family, but I need to like take care of my friends, need to take care of like other people, whatever need to be done.
They're more in tune with who they are and not what people make them feel like they should be. They're more emotional. They're willing to talk about their feelings and what they're going through.
I'm not afraid to like show people that I'm upset or crying.
It's like super frustrating, and I don't like it at all. He thinks that because he's a guy that he shouldn't do that, and he should just deal with it on his own.
They don't fall into toxic masculinity. At least in my experience as like a Latina, entire idea of machismo is something that's like really heavily embedded into our culture.
Like I noticed that for black men and like the black community and black families, it's kind of this push to be hard. Like you have emotions, you beat them down into a little bottle and you keep that bottle at the back of your room. Like you get to it every once in a while, and if you're letting anything out, it's either anger or you're crying.
It's just annoying for me when I'm out with my friends and we're trying to do something fun. It's just a game of like, oh, I'm the stronger one, or I'm better than you.
I'm better than this person.
You can't really be yourself if you're trying to prove that. Like you're trying to break the stereotype.
In reality, those are the structures that we have, grown up with and lived with is like typically that's what's typically said as like a man or the doctor.
They were considering that I would do nursing.
Like if you see a male nurse, like that's almost like a weird thing, or people consider that to be weird, but it's not really a weird thing. It's just the way that someone's living their life. I definitely feel like in my experience, I've been forced into like a box of like how I'm supposed to be
down into a little bottle.
And what I'm supposed to look like.
Like when I was younger, I never wanted to get my ears pierced. I would cry if I was in a dress. I didn't want to paint my nails.
Acting more feminine was like really pushed on me.
But growing up, like my parents always pushed me to be more of like a girly girl. I watched wrestling, like I played sports, and it's just I feel like I was pressured into being more of a girly girl, which I'm fine with now. But growing up, I just felt like, oh, like you're not allowed to be yourself. You have to be like this.
I was super girly. Like I used to like to wear dresses, but then like after a while I grew out of that. Once that had happened, like the idea of like how I should dress and how I should look and act was like kind of pushed more on me. I was suggested by family members that I should like dress a certain way to look more feminine.
It's a lot of, this is what you're going to do, and if you do anything outside of that, then you're doing it wrong. I always never understood, like my brother would just be like, oh, well, if you can't do this, you're a pussy. I'm just like, but why though? Like, why not?
I had, in high school, I had really bad anxiety. I still have anxiety now, but I remember like, I used to play sports, and before softball games, I would be like, getting like sick. Like I would like not feel good, like, oh, I'm so scared, like I'm so nervous. And I remember this one time I was like, Dad, like this isn't normal, like I think I have to go see someone, like I'm really having a hard time, I'm having anxiety. And he flat out told me stop being a pussy.
It's a thing to toughen us up, where it's like we break you down to toughen you up.
It's really demeaning because it's like I'm a girl that it's like pussy's not really that weak, and it's just weird thinking that like it's a social norm now that we just use pussy and bitch to describe anybody who's weak, but it's I don't know, it's like in a weird place because
No, I'll call anyone a pussy or a bitch. I feel like modern generations, we're kind of we're kind of desensitized to like insulting one another.
I would use those words to describe someone who just is a pussy or is a bitch. Using them to describe someone who isn't conforming is just really disrespectful and ignorant. Unless they like are a pussy or a bitch, like I said, like that they're like there's a, like you understand the difference between what I'm saying. Well, it's also you're basically using like slurs that have been perpetuated against women to describe people who aren't masculine. Like also, you don't need to be a man to be masculine, but like yeah, it's just rude.
At least from what I've seen from my family, it's like there is a way that we're supposed to be, and if you're outside of that, that is just something that they still can't wrap their heads around. And it's just like, so essentially, if I'm not like watching the football game,
Dress a certain way.
Work like a labor 9-to-5 job,
Hunter.
Bang a girl.
Fight.
Super tough guy.
then I am not the proper kind of man, which is weird.
Just being pressured
I feel the pressure.
to do everything right, and it stressed him the fuck out.
And that might be what's leading them to act tough or act stronger than they really are, when really they just can't be themselves.
I believe everybody's starting to get more empathetic about all of these social norms. It's just more of a reorganizing your thoughts of this belongs in one place and this belongs to another, or like it coexists only in this area, that it doesn't belong to the other one.
But it's a proper mix.
Society does have expectations, but it's your choice if you want to follow that or not, or to let it bother you. Like, surround yourself with people who don't care, who just want the best for you or you to be happy.
I know it's gonna be really rough with like outside things that they have to deal with of going to whatever they want to do, but it's like they need to push through and they need to see what they can go after, because if they decide to conform to what everybody else is saying for what they should be doing, it's gonna be miserable for them.
I think everyone's born different, and
As long as you're cool with who you are and it's not like hurting anyone, then like just do your own thing.